Are you thinking about starting your own freelance business? Are you trying to break free from the corporate world and strike out on your own to be your own boss? A freelancing career can be extremely rewarding both personally and financially. But before you dive headfirst into quitting your job and starting your freelance business, watch this video. I'm going to cover the very important steps and considerations that you need to think about before you start your freelance or consulting business. In this video, we're going to cover 6 very important topics as it relates to you starting your own freelance business from scratch. First, we'll start with a freelance business overview. Then we'll cover the pitfalls and dangers that many freelancers totally forget about before they get started. We'll then cover the pros and cons of freelance platforms versus striking out completely on your own. We're going to talk about rates and pricing and the different ways that you can add more value to your clients. We'll then go into a spreadsheet where I'll show you the earning potential based on a couple of different scenarios. And then I'll show you how to expand your business into multiple 6 figures and even 7 figures by building a team of other freelancers and subcontractors to help you do more work in less time. So if you're ready, let's jump right in. But before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button and the thumbs up here on YouTube so that we can continue to give you great content. The YouTube algorithm really likes when people hit the subscribe and the like button. It helps them tell us what type of videos and topics that you want to hear more of so we can build them. First, we're going to start with a freelance business overview. Now, freelancing is really the purest form of entrepreneurship and self-employment as it relates to professionals. And by professionals, I mean those who have a very valuable skill and proven experience that they can offer to other businesses, nonprofits, government agencies, or even individuals and charge a premium rate to deliver. And it doesn't really matter what type of service you offer. I have experience working with people who have started digital consulting businesses, doing marketing, for example, or copywriting, those who help build websites, those who are attorneys or CPAs or financial advisors or CFOs, and even those who offer professional organizational development or executive coaching. As long as you have a valuable skill that you can offer to another person, business, or other type of organization, you can become a freelancer or a consultant. So now you as a freelancer can certainly offer this service both digitally or virtually from the comfort of your own home or virtual office, or you can actually go on site to visit with your clients and deliver this service hands-on. Most of the time you're going to be working in a hybrid mode where you're going to offer most of your service digitally, or you're going to do most of the work from a remote location. And if you have to go travel to your client, you can certainly do so. But it's unlikely you'll actually be at the client site every single day if that's the type of business that you want to pursue. Now, the definition of freelancing is that it is just you providing that service. You don't really have a team or employees. You don't have a whole lot of infrastructure that you need to maintain or spend time and money dealing with. And that's one of the most powerful aspects of the freelance or consultant business model, is that most of the time you need a computer, a phone, a camera, maybe some travel expenses. But for the most part, you're working digitally and you're offering that service purely with the skills that you have in your head that you can deliver with your own 2 hands. You'll probably be charging your clients some form of hourly, daily, weekly, or project rate. And you're going to want to charge enough money that you can make a good profit and take home pay and cover all of your expenses on top of that. The other good news is that you have ultimate control over how much money you can earn, both because you can choose how many hours you want to put into a client every single day, week, or month. And if you're in a business where you can deliver projects and take time off in between delivering those projects or working on those jobs, you have ultimate control over how much you work, how much you earn, and how much leisure time you have in between doing all of the work. What that means is it's a pretty simple business model. You're providing a service, you're charging your client, you're getting paid, hopefully on time and regularly, and you don't have a whole lot of other expenses or distractions to take you away from delivering that work. And if you do it really, really well and manage your finances, get a good tax advisor, and take control of your engagements wholeheartedly, you can definitely earn a 6-figure income and even scale that up to 7 figures and beyond. Here are some common pitfalls that a lot of freelancers and consultants don't really think about, and they just dive head on into becoming a freelancer or a coach or consultant. First thing is, you no longer have an employer. If you're coming from a place where you had a W-2 job, you had a paycheck, you had a salary, you had an office to go into, your employer paid for everything from your computer to the office that you might have gone to maybe even your car and your travel expenses. You probably didn't have to go and get your own clients. You didn't have to manage other people. You didn't have to manage contracts. You didn't have to manage all of the expectations that come with being a business owner if you came from a place where you were an employee. So the first shock that a lot of freelancers have when they first step out completely on their own is that there's just a lot more to deal with. You're 100% responsible for getting your own clients, for sending invoices, for signing contracts, for getting paid if your clients don't pay you on time. You still need to pay your bills, your insurance, all of your utilities, your internet, your office if you choose to have one. You still need to pay for all these things even if your clients aren't paying you on time. It also could take a little bit of time to get started, to get your first clients, to get really efficient at offering your services. And all of these things mean that you're probably going to be spending more money than you want to, and you might be earning less money than you want to, certainly at the beginning. So what I always recommend is that you build up a little savings account for yourself before you start freelancing of at least 6 months of living expenses so that you can weather the storm of starting your own business from scratch and make sure that you get the right clients, charge the right amount of money, and start getting paid consistently before you run out of money and have to go back and get a job. But if you embrace all of these challenges, you'll get through them very, very quickly. You get the right guidance, and you'll be successful in no time. If you've been exploring the different types of freelancer platforms out there, you've surely come across the big ones like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer. And while there are dozens of other specialized marketplaces for high-end consultants, accountants, even attorneys, you can definitely do your research to figure out if there is a platform out there that caters to your specific skill set and the type of services that you want to offer. Now, there are pros and cons between starting up with a freelance platform just to get started and get yourself some momentum, or maybe you're the type of person who wants to strike out completely on your own, go and get your own clients and manage everything completely by yourself. Both of those options are totally fine, but what I can tell you is that in the long run, you'll probably make more money if you can strike out on your own because you won't have to deal with all the competition and the fees of the other platforms. But regardless, joining a freelance platform can be a great way to get momentum very, very quickly because you'll have a lot of people looking at your profile and you can go and apply to a bunch of different jobs very quickly. So here are the pros and cons of the freelance platforms. So here's how the freelance platforms work. Basically, you're going to log on and create a profile. And depending on the platform, they might have a vetting period or put you through some diagnostic or skill tests. Some of them even interview you live in person and create a profile and even check references. Regardless, you're going to have a profile online. And most of the time, the value of these marketplaces is that first, they take away all the administrative work that you need to do on your own, and they actually allow you to go and apply for jobs. So basically, they help you get more business more quickly because it's a marketplace. There are buyers of services, who are the people who are eventually going to hire you, and there are the offering parties of those services, who are the freelancers just like you. You'll ultimately engage with the client through those platforms, and you will then get paid through those platforms. And obviously, the freelance platforms are businesses, so they're going to take a cut of between 10 and even 30% of your fee. And your success is ultimately driven by how popular the platform really is, how quality the platform is for both the freelancers like you and the buyers of the services like your clients, and all of the different fees and other value that they hopefully bring to the table. So most importantly, when you go to pick your freelance platform, is look at the fees, but also just consider, can you make more money? Can you get more jobs? Is the platform recognized, proven, and trusted by buyers and sellers of services around the world? And if so, it's really not a bad idea to start off on a freelance platform. Now, if you want to strike out on your own, just remember, you're going to be responsible for 100% of the business you do. You're going to have to go get your own clients, sign your own contracts with your clients, send your own invoice to those clients. You're going to have to go and actually tell those clients to pay you if they don't pay you on time. You need to manage all aspects of getting new business, charging for business, and getting paid for business. Now, if you've already been doing that, or you're in a business where you know how to generate your own leads and sign your own contracts, send invoices and get paid, then that's probably not going to be very intimidating to you. The tougher part will actually be maintaining quality of the work product. And regardless, you're still going to have to do a great job for your clients. It doesn't matter if you're on a platform or serving clients individually, your brand is your name. And the quality of your work product is 100% dependent on you and the skills that you bring. So if you choose to strike out on your own, just know you're going to be responsible for getting your own business and for generating all of your own revenue and managing all of the back-end administrative tasks. But in the end, you might even be able to make more money because in theory, there's less competition. The buyers of the services aren't shopping around and interviewing 5 different freelancers on the platform if you're the only one who has presented the opportunity to them. So what that means is you can possibly earn more money. You'll definitely pay no commissions because there's no middleman, and that could be the better option for you in the long run. So the next question is, how do you charge for your services and how much money can you make? So the most common way to charge for freelancing or consulting services is on an hourly basis. And if you're working on a long-term project, you can even go with a daily rate, a weekly rate, even a monthly rate if it's a long-term engagement. And as you get more experience and you're really comfortable, you might even be able to charge on a fixed fee basis, where you charge a client, say, $5,000 for a very specific set of services. You can even charge by the project, again, if you know roughly how much time you're going to spend and you're pretty confident that you can get the job done within a certain amount of time. Nothing wrong with charging fixed fee or project rates. And you might even charge on a commission basis or a contingency fee depending on the type of service you're offering. Either way, you need to make sure that there's enough hours in the day and that your effective or average hourly rate is high enough that you can earn enough money based on the number of hours you want to work in a given day, week, month, or year. Now, your ability to charge higher rates is typically going to be dependent on a couple of things. How painful is the problem that you are solving for your clients? How specialized, how skilled, and how proven are you at solving that problem? And are there enough clients out there who have that same problem that you can solve and charge that premium rate to solve for them? Your desired outcome is going to be based on primarily how much work can you get for yourself? How much work do you want to actually do? Do you want to work 500 hours a year or 2,500 hours a year? And so your ability to generate a lot of income is dependent on how many hours do you want to work? What is your average hourly rate? How big is the problem you're solving? How many different people have that same problem? How specialized and how skilled are you at solving that problem? And how consistently can you keep the business coming in, especially if you work on a project basis, where once you're done with one project, if you're scrambling to find more business for 2 to 3 weeks, you might not be earning a single dollar in between projects. So having a consistent pipeline of new business is super important. So I know this has been just a bunch of bullet points on slides, so let's look at some actual numbers in a spreadsheet to show you how much money you can earn. So here, let's assume that you are a freelancer working just for yourself, and let's say you're even on a platform. So if your hourly rate is $100 per hour, and you're going to work 1,000 hours per year, that's about 25 hours full-time, 25 hours per week full-time. 1,000 hours times $100 is $100,000 in income. And if you're paying a marketplace a 10% commission, you're ultimately going to pay $10,000 out of that 100 to the marketplace, and your take home is going to be $90,000. Now, if you get really, really good at your job and you can generate more business and you start working 1,500 or even a full-time 2,000 hours per year at that same $100 rate, your income can go from $150,000 to even $200,000, even if you're charging $100. And of course, you'll still have the marketplace fees, but in the end, you're earning a very healthy 6-figure salary if you're generating 1,500 or 2,000 hours of work a year at $100. And if you really want to work hard and build 2,500 hours at $100, you can make over $200,000 as a freelancer. And that's some pretty significant income as a freelancer. And if that's a lot more than you're earning at your current job, just remember that if your rate is high enough and you're really, really good at getting new clients, you don't even need to work a full-time job to make a 6-figure salary. That's one of the most powerful things about being self-employed as a freelancer. You can make more by working less. So the next question really is, once you get started, once you really get some momentum and you've been building a really solid freelancing or consulting career for a year or 2 or 3, what if you want to earn more income? What if you want to build a team and scale your business into the high 6 figures or 7 figures? As you know, your income is based on how many hours you can work and how high of an average hourly rate you're generating with all the work that you're delivering. And if you still find that you need to charge on an hourly or project basis, you're obviously going to be limited to the amount of hours in a given week that you're willing to work. And you're also going to be limited by your average hourly rate. So the question is, if you're still only charging about $100 an hour and you're still only going to work about 2,000 hours per year in billable time, how can you make more money if there's only so many hours in a day and if your market will only support $100 per hour? Well, the answer is you can scale your income by hiring other people to fulfill the work for you, and you're going to charge a higher hourly rate than what you're paying them. The cool thing is that you can hire other consultants or subcontractors to help you produce more work, generate more billable hours, in the same amount of time in a day as you were working individually. Because again, there's only 24 hours in a day and you're not able to work 24 hours and you're definitely not able to work more than that. So once you determine that you want to build a team around you, you're going to go and find skilled subcontractors. You can even go hire full-time employees if your heart desires. But they're going to go and do work at rate X. And again, you might be paying them an hourly rate as a freelancer of your own business. You might be paying them as W-2 employees. Regardless, there's an hourly or daily rate that you're paying these other people. And they're still going to do the same work or help you generate more work by supporting you on the back end. In the end, you still need to charge your clients a higher rate than the cost you are paying them. And that's how professional service firms work all around the country. Doesn't matter if you're running an HVAC company, doesn't matter if you're running an accounting firm or a marketing agency, no matter what, you're billing your clients and you're paying your employees or your subcontractors less and you're keeping the margin. And as long as you can still maintain quality while building a team and still charging rates that are high enough to cover the cost and put profit back into your pocket, that is the beginning of how you can build a team and scale your income. You're going to generate 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 billable hours in a year, and you're still going to work 2 or 2,500 hours yourself. At this point, you've become a business owner. You have other people working with you, and you're still responsible for controlling the quality of the work that you deliver to your clients, which is not an easy task, but you can build systems, you can find the right people to do great work, and help you build your business and build your income. So in this example, here's how it works. Let's say you can still go and bill 1,500 hours a year at $100 an hour for yourself. On top of that, you're going to generate more work. And it might not even be $100 per hour work. It might be $75 that you're billing your clients. And if you have another subcontractor who's working 1,000 hours per year with you, you're billing your clients $75 per hour. You're paying that consultant $50 per hour. You're going to net or keep $25 per hour for every hour that that person works. And at $25 in net margin, that's going to add $25,000 to your income. If we go full-time, you'll see that if you're billing 2,000 hours yourself at $100 an hour, you're going to make $200. If you have another person who's billing 2,000 hours per year at $75, their cost is $50 per hour. You're going to keep $25 per hour for every hour that they work. $25 in extra profit times 2,000 hours is an extra $50,000 a year, is an extra $50,000 in profit margin per year that you're going to keep for yourself. Add that to the $200,000 that you're generating on your own, and that's $250,000 in profit. Now, your ability to charge a higher hourly bill rate and keep your costs low will determine how much profit you can keep. In many professional services firms, like CPA firms, law firms, and consulting firms, it's very common to charge 2, 3, even 5 times the cost that you pay your labor to deliver work, meaning that your profit margin can be 50 to even 70 or 80%, depending on the type of service you're offering and how skilled of a service your clients really need. So in the end, you can control how much income you make. You can go out and get a freelance position by going onto a freelance platform, or you can choose to go on your own and contact businesses and individuals, or use a number of different marketing techniques to generate your own business. Once you have your own clients, you control your destiny. Your income is based on number of hours times average hourly rate, and you can scale your income by simply working more, raising your rates, or building a team around you to fulfill more work. I hope this has been a helpful video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We'll continue to bring you amazing content to help you build and grow your own business. Look forward to seeing you soon.